Hello, this is an important video for those of you who use the Calculator X4 application on your smartphone or tablet. And the Calculator X84 app is a wonderful substitute for the TI-84, which you see here on the screen. But there is one thing that you must do to be able to get the full functionality out of your calculator in this section. And there's a few students who were watching my videos and doing things on their X84 app, and they realized, like, things aren't necessarily looking quite the same as what you have. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to run through an example, the first example from Chapter 10, Section 1, and show you where you're going to see some difference in what you need to have for your homework any of the paper pencil stuff that we're going to be doing in the course. So let's turn our calculator on and let's type in the stat and then move over to tests and then go down to step 4, which is the 2 sample t-test. Okay, now we are not going to choose data, we're going to choose stats. So we move over to stats and hit enter. And then we're going to type in our information from this table, which is 3.2 for the boys' average. Their standard deviation is 1 and their sample size is 16. The average for the girls was 2, and we have 0.866 for their standard deviation, and their sample size is 9. We are going to choose two-tail, so that's already selected. We're not going to pool these, so that's already selected. And then we're going to go to draw. Now here's where the difference is between the application for the calculator and what you see here on the screen. Now what is happening here is that this is rendering a two-tailed test with a very small amounts of shaded section on each end. In fact, the shading is so small you can barely see it. But this is done with a zoomed in window. Now I have my iPad right here running this, and I know I'm going to have to show this up to the camera, and it's not going to be as easy to see it, but you can see that I can type in the stuff at the top here just like I do. Whoops, looks like I got some glare there. I can type some stuff here right at the top just like I do for the graphing calculator, and I'm going to do that now. I'm going to type in my 3.2. Again, I apologize for not being able to show this to you right on the screen, but what's going to happen will be easily visible, and then I can show you how to fix it. Okay, now what I have to do is kind of move my arrow key down until I get to the draw feature on the calculator, and then if I hit enter, I literally see nothing here. Okay, there's nothing here on the screen, but in fact I did have one student who was trying to figure this out and said, I see a blue line in the middle of this screen. And then that student looked to see, like, oh, it looks like I'm going from -400 to +400, and also from -500 to +500. So the graph is there, it's just not zoomed in. So if I click on window, this is the window setting you should use. And once you set that, you'll be able to see the graph, and without changing the window on your calculator app, you will be able to see all the subsequent graphs that you do. So there's a button in the bottom that says close, okay? And if I want to get out of this menu here, I click second and mode, and by clicking the second key and the mode key on either app, you can get back to a clear screen. Now what you have to do is you have to hit the window key, which is up near the top on the left hand side, and then you can see that your X minimum and X maximum were way too low and too high. So if I type in the -3.2, and be sure to use the negative key that's by the enter key, and a positive value of 3.2, for my X minimum and X maximum, you're going to see the width being what it needs to be, and it looks like my delta X and delta Y, they're equivalent to the X scale and Y scale, which is done automatically. You don't need to do X scale and Y scale on the app. It's done for you. Then the Y minimum is going to be -0.1, and my y maximum is going to be 0.45. Okay, so now I've got that set up. I'm going to hit graph, and you can see there's my beautiful curve. What also you can see, and you have to look very carefully in the corners here, but you do see the shaded regions actually better than you see the shaded regions on this graphing calculator when you do your tests here. And I'll again move down here to show you the graph after you click draw. Like those little shaded areas on the calculator are just not as pronounced as they are here, and you can see thanks to the beautiful resolution of my tablet or your phone. Now again, I've had some students make a question about how do I get out of screens. Like I'm now here, how do I get out? There's usually in the bottom corner or the upper corner a red X. You can use that to get out. And then right here, to get out of this screen, because you're kind of in the results menu, you hit the second key, then you hit the mode key, and that lets you quit, because right above the word mode is the little word quit. So that's how you do that. So I hope this will clear anything up, because the paper pencil work that you have to do for this section would be really beneficial if you can actually see the stuff, in addition to, and it's a great way to check your work to see if you did, right tail tests or greater than tests should be shaded on the right, less than tests should be shaded on the left or left tail, and then not equal to or two tail tests should be shaded on both sides. So again, this is to check your work and to make sure you get the best possible grade on whatever you're doing paper pencil wise for this course. So if you have any more questions, again, shoot me an email through the class or set up some time so we can work on the technology together. Thank you for watching.